Yo guys, I've got a spark which I'm going to use to ignite the fire for a brand new episode of the Skylanders Spyro Soul Seeker series here on the channel. We're one episode away from that magic 2-0 digit. In the previous episode we unfortunately lost Wrecking Ball. Actually that's a lie, it wasn't an unfortunate loss. We somehow missed the enemy goal. How exactly? I swear to you we defeated basically every single enemy in this level, but the game said so otherwise. So when we come back to this level, we not only need to speedrun it, we also need to acquire the enemy goal and not lose a life, because in the previous episode we did have Wrecking Ball be defeated in battle by a purely coincidental mistake. I might hate Wrecking Ball, but I didn't want to see him defeated, at least not in the manner in which I accidentally got him defeated, and it was a genuine mistake. None of it was on purpose, despite my hatred for Wrecking Ball, which definitely does put me in a bad light towards it. Regardless, mistakes were made, we lost Wrecking Ball. That's basically the entirety of the previous episode in a nutshell. As for this episode, however, we are going to be heading straight into the Archean Armory. It's going to be perfect because we're going to unlock Voodoo. We're going to get to play as Trigger Happy for the first time in the tech section. You can't go much wrong with any of it, to be frank.
In some ways, yes, but in others, we have always been here. But for now, you will find the eternal source of magic locked away in our ancient armory.
The Ancient Armory, what I love about this is that it's very similar aesthetically to the Archean trilogy that you conclude Giants with, Velocity of Arcus. I would dare speculate that the Archean Armory is a portion of Velocity, and that it's just a portion of Velocity that you did not see when we tackled Giants, because you could assume that a city for the Archeans, these massive robotic beings that are, you know, hundreds of times bigger than even the Giants themselves, which are giants. That just goes to show how big Archeans are. So big Archeans would therefore justify a massive city that exploring with a singular tiny Skylander can't happen through just 4 levels. You know, the Auto Gyro Adventure, Lost City of Arcus, bringing order to chaos, and of course the Archean Armory, should this be a part of the Lost City of Arcus, which again I truly believe that it is. Anyway, let's be flipping this thing all over. And there comes the tech element, so that means we're going to be spawning in Trigger Happy, just as I was alluding to earlier, for the first ever time in the series, mind you. So let's be taking ownership of this legend right now. Boom baby, he's part of a collection, we love to see it. So let's also grab the story score and then skip over it as fast as possible for speedrun to skip percent, as I mash the A button right now. Quite intensively, might I also add. Okay, so we have a defense drone piloted by control towers. So we take out the control towers, we also take out the drones in which they are controlling. That's just simple logic right there. So let's be flipping over this door thingamabob right now. I mean, the animation looks smooth, it sounded futuristic. Which is awesome, of course, because this entire level is futuristic, so it makes sense that all elements of it would feel that way. Anyway, let's bring out machine guns, baby! You know, we did seek out the soul of this guy in the form of his soul gem, so naturally, you know, we might as well take advantage of said soul gem ability that we unlocked when we seeked out this guy's soul, mind you. Okay, let's grab that cheese and then boom! Charge up shot for the win. Okay, let's head through here, because this is where we can find ourselves a rather exclusive treasure. And no enemies, apparently. I thought there was enemies decked up along these halls, but I was wrong, with the exception of this guy, of course. You know, this enemy right here I was clearly right about. I mean, he is right for the Pete's sake, as I open up this chest with my jousting stick skills, mind you. But now we have one really slow-paced, boring-ass Archean section, and to make things worse, it's not for only time this series. We're going to see it. We're going to have to come back to this level for a speedrun objective. So naturally, we're going to have this slow-paced, dull and boring section, not once, but twice. But yeah, we have plenty more triple stars and heroic challenges to beat before we even think about, you know, tackling chaos in his respective level. But that's what's funny, after this, that's the only level we have left, which means we only have 3 even. We have 3 more souls to seek out. Voodooed Gilgren, because I'm yet to go back to Treetop Terrace and get him from the Magic Elemental Gate, which we'll be doing after we beat this level, by the way. Then we also have Voodooed which of course we shall unlock in this level, and of course Double Trouble, who shall be our last one. And given that he's our last one, we're going to utilise him to tackle all the heroic challenges to give him the true screen time that he deserves, being a character as awesome as he is, mind you. I have no idea if we're going to be able to get through all 32 heroic challenges in half an hour, but we're going to dedicate all 32 heroic challenges to a singular episode, mind you. It's going to be the penultimate episode, so for one, right before we tackle the final boss fight in this game even. So yes, I think it being a little bit longer than the norm is absolutely okay. Halfway, what's also okay is how much I'm absolutely creaming all of these foolish enemies right now. But I do wish this Archean robot could go more than 2 miles per hour. But if we were to traverse all of this on foot, given the size and scale of this Archean robot, it would take Trigger Happy's tiny feet days upon days to traverse. You know, that trip from that bridge that we just destroyed all the way over here, that was probably a day's trip in of itself. You know, that's what the scope would imply, given how big the Archean robot is in comparison to Trigger Happy, more specifically his feet that don't look ideal for walking such massive distances, which might seem easy for the Archean robot, but since he's bigger and moves naturally faster with much more ease for Trigger Happy, you can't quite say the same thing now, can you? Anyway, I'd love to destroy these guys right now, but unfortunately they just ain't having it. You know, my fist is just phasing through them, because apparently that's how metal and metal works. It just phases through one another. Man, if only that was true. That would make DIY projects so much more easier if metal could just phase through itself. Anyway, we now have more fools to defeat, and I have no problems with that whatsoever, because I love defeating fools. Haha. Okay, let's be shooting some guys in, well, whatever they have. It's not a face, I can tell you that much for these. Okay. Boom! Take that guy out, baby. We love to see it, man. We love to see it. Yeah, say, for rope challenges, I could pick someone like Zap, but then when we get to Drobot's challenge, where we can't defeat any purple chompies, that would be difficult. After all, we'd go on a sea slime slide first, and then purple chompies, when trying to attack us, would no doubt wind up accidentally going into the line of fire directly and hitting said sea slime slide that we would automatically have electrified based on the pathway which my Zap has based itself upon. But I sure am glad that this ain't that video where when we collect a piece, when we fail to collect a piece of treasure, even if the video ends, because all these pieces of treasure, you know, we're not acquiring them, so it's being dropped, we're not picking it up, therefore the video would end, because that's how the rules of that video would go. And by the time this comes out, that video may or may not have been released already. Either way, I like this. I like hitting this guy with projectiles. Boom! Toast for power! But luckily this arcade section is finally about to come to an end. That is when our Archean robot wants to learn how to walk straight, mind you. There is a Trigger Happy who doesn't know how to walk straight. He is one piloting the damn thing, for Pete's sake, but the whole idea is that these guys have a mind of their own. They are sentient robots. You know, they aren't controlled by people. They control themselves in of themselves, so why the heck they even have a control panel in their brain makes no sense, because it certainly is implied that they aren't operated by beings. Or perhaps they all are, and we just never see it. That would be plot twist of the century right there, going directly against everything that this level and the Archean trilogy of levels would imply throughout this game in Giants, mind you. Anyway, there it is, the eternal magic source. But we got a few steps to conduct first before we can get to that. As for Weapon Master will slowly and painfully point out for us. Thank you for nothing, you useless Weapons Master. I'm kidding, of course, I love him really. Anyway, here we go. We need security key cards now, apparently. This guy, big security key card fan, apparently. Either way, let's, you know, flip things over and head into the Crucible, where we're going to swap out for Warnado right now. Why not? His screen time hasn't exactly been significant in this series, so I reckon it's about time we change that. Boom! Launching down. Okay, here we go. Man, this guy is good in this game too. I forgot, honestly. I mean, Whirlwind is definitely a Skylander I prefer, but in this specific game, Whirlwind is not as good as the other air Skylanders, it would appear. You know, that's the thing, different Skylanders are better in other games than they are in others. Like, for example, Prison Break, he's at his best during Giants and Trap Team, but in the other games, you know, he's nowhere near as good. Or Whirlwind, who's much better in, again, Giants and Trap Team than she is in all of the other games. Now that I realise it, Swap Force just really didn't like its repose characters, so every single one of the characters it chose to repose, they nerfed. It's like, hey, we're bringing back Whirlwind, so let's nerf her in comparison to how good she was in Giants, mind you. Why not? You can say the same for Whamshell and Tornado. In fact, was there a single Skylander that they improved for Swap Force? Camo, massive improvement. Anyway, I would swap out for Magic, but that element is not going to last, shall we say. You know, we're going to head down here where we're going to need an Earth Skylander. Well, the element of the air is going to be air, but we can't gain access to this unless we bring out an Earth Skylander. So in this case, let's just quickly bring out Dino Rang. I think those rocks can also be broken down by a non-Earth Skylander, but I cannot remember what that Skylander is. So for now, we're just going to keep things simple, so help Dino Rang, and then head back to Tornado, as the element of the area is currently air, and that matches one of those element, mind you. So it makes sense for us to play as him, given the rules of the Soul Seekers series, mind you. Okay, here we are. Boom! Launch ourselves down, take out these fools, joust our stick back and forth with this treasure chest right here. Then unfortunately, it's going to have treasure that's going to go to waste because Tornado is fully maxed out on treasure. But never mind. Okay, here we go. Time for Turtle to go spinning. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah, baby. Okay, let's go in here then, I suppose. Get teleported with our swirly, airy thingy McBobs, as all areas has been found. Oh yeah. Okay, let's head over here. Head on top of this. Head on over to that. Very nice, very nice. Saying it twice just to emphasize everything, how very nice that all is. Anyway, I believe there's a treasure chest hiding back here, so we gotta head on to you. And I believe so correctly, but this should be our final treasure chest of the level. I was right, all chests found. Sweet, so let's grab all that treasure. And then head on to the block. Then get out of here. Simple step-by-step basis right there. Boom, we made that successfully. You like to see it. Now we got more jumps down these made successfully, and that was not very successful, unfortunately. Or should I say unsuccessfully? It was successfully unsuccessful, is what it was. Either way, let's get ourselves launched up here. Once again, thanks to the excellent level design, taking advantage of the fact that we can't jump, so instead we have all of these blocks to platform over via their movement and all that. Very unique way to traverse these levels, most certainly. You know, imagine how much more easy this section would be with jumping, and for easy would make it boring, therefore. Just having patterns of blocks for you to mesmerise in order to traverse successfully is so much more fun, is it not? Like, sure, it's not necessarily as fast-paced as being able to jump and platform over the stuff, but it certainly is better in design. At least I would argue that, as we unlock ourselves a wizard's hat, which we are absolutely wearing, because now you're a wizard, Tornado. Yeah, that really doesn't roll off the tongue as much as you're a wizard, Harry. But, you know, Harry is not Tornado's name, so therefore, you're a wizard, Tornado. Which may or may not be the title of the episode, we'll have to wait and see. But for now, you know, we're going to head over here and grab Voodoo's Soul Gem, as the element of the area remains tech, apparently. Not tech, air. I don't know where tech came from. I suppose I'm just, you know, happy, so happy in fact, to unlock Voodoo that my brain is tending to mesh from raw excitement, mind you. But either way, here he is, previewed in all of his glory. It's good to see. I mean, an axe inflicting stun damage, as well as an axe that deals as much damage as it does at its base level. You can't go wrong with Voodoo. He's pretty nutty, alright. Oh, and now for Weapon Master is going to come in and interrupt our combat, which is very unfortunate. I don't much appreciate it. Weapons Master does a massive sword, and shut up, would ya? Oh wow, I am terrible, it would seem, at aiming those tornadoes of mine. But hey, those guys, they do's be dead, and we like to see it. Okay. Boom, take these fools out, take that fool out, take that fool out some more. He had it coming, he did. Oh yeah. Boom, strike him down, or not, that's apparently asking too much. Okay, boom, take him out. Oh boy, of course we're going to have some Ultrons to have to deal with. That's not going to be much fun, I'm calling it now. Oh, watch out. Okay, I'm apparently getting roped in. That was unfortunate. Yeah, this is a part where we need caution because this is a death switch, this is. Okay, get out of the way of all of these blasts that are blasting everywhere. Okay, boom. Now we got this guy to take down. Luckily for us, one of them is... No! I was about to say a whole lot more easier to deal with, but, you know, apparently the game was giving me instant karma for something that I didn't even have the time to say. It just predicted exactly what it was I was about to say, and it made me pay for it with the death of Voodoo. This is depressing. This is, swear down, the series with the greatest amount of losses I've ever had in Spyro's Adventure. I think... throughout my years of playing this game, I must have lost only like 4 Skylanders in total over those years. And yet, within one series, I've managed to amount that many deaths also. That is just really depressing and stupid. And now it means I get to bring in Lightning Rod as his alternate for the air element being stronger here. For some reason, I keep on accidentally saying tech. But man, this is just for the depressiveness of losing Voodoo speaking through me. In fact, I'm so upset about losing Voodoo that I can't even name him correctly. Oh, this is madness. I feel bad. Tornado deserved better, and hey, I actually called him by his correct name this time. I honoured his death with much more grace by calling him his correct name, but, you know, sometimes shit happens. And by shit, I mean that, which we just saw unfold before us. Tornado didn't stand a chance, and it was a big sad moment is what it was. Okay, let's hit that. That's one of tree, that is. One of tree, one of tree. Now these guys are going down, oh yeah. So let's have that open all up. Have our zappy dudes have most of the work done for us, mind you. Yeah, this guy's pretty beast. I can't see him dying as easily as Tornado. But then again, you know, given those rockets, how powerful they are, how easily they can be concentrated upon you with your lack of invincibility frames, you know, anyone would have struggled with that combat scenario. And Tornado is included in anyone, hence why he struggled, mind you. Anyway, let's be taking out some fools then, shall we? Open sesame! Oh wow, that lightning bolt was going everywhere apparently. Bring down the lightning, as Lightning Rod puts it. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's one of his signature one-liners, mind you. I hope so anyway, now that I've said it out loud with my words that I'm utilising. So yes, this series has 4 deaths today. After all, when a Skylander is defeated in battle, they are classed as dead and cannot be used again. So the 4 Skylanders that were defeated in battle, yeah, if they do be gone permanently on that mark, and 2 of which are part of the forgotten cast of 8 characters, that's depressing. What's not so depressing is earning the magic eternal source, on the other hand. You know, that I'm very happy about. Oh, man! Oh, that sucks. That really sucks. Had we not lost Tornado, we could have got triple stars and not had to worry about coming back to this level ever again because we got the speedrun objective. But unfortunately, because we lost Tornado's life, we have to come back here to get that objective at a later date. This is really annoying. It seems to be a pattern going on in this series to where whenever I'm successful enough on the first time around on a stage to complete the speedrun as well as gather up all of the collectibles, something winds up going wrong to where it's either losing a life or being unsuccessful with the enemy goal, so then I can never, ever seems to successfully one-shot these levels, because doing that is asking too much. I have to play through these levels, including ones I do not like, at least twice, because the game said so, and it is depressing as fuck. Yes, we just went there, for cussing and everything.
Callie is right. The core of light has saved Skylands from the darkness, but not from the wrath of
Hugo's got a point. They all got a point. Hugo's just making a point on Callie's point. So, you know, they are certainly pointy, like Lightning Rod's figurine right here. Like the lightning bolt he currently holds, it is pointy. Do not push your finger too hard onto that thing. It will hurt a lot for that fact. By the way, his genital robot spewing whatever it is he wants to spew. I don't like his spewing though. It kind of hits me the wrong way. I don't like it much. Get it out of here. Get his spewing out of here. We don't care much for it. We don't care much for any of this unnecessary deep stew right now. That's why it's deep stew in the first place. And did I mention unnecessary too? So can we move on already, Hugo? I've kind of had enough. I want to go back and speedrun levels. Then again, that's asking too much, as I always seem to do. Oh, it sure is convenient now for Core of Light can send us towards Chaos's Lair, a place that we shall not be going for now. We're going to freestyle all of the other levels before we even think about tackling the Lair of the Chaos. Oh yeah. Anyway, let's destroy those crates for looking at me funny, as per the norm. And then we're going to have some elements to destroy. Starting off with water, so let's bring out Slamabama for it. Okay, then we want fire, so let's bring out Igniter for that. My favourite Skylander on that note. I have no idea why I'm sounding Australian right now, best you don't ask. Anyway, next up is Earth, so hey, we used Dynarime before, let's use him again. With his awesome pirate do-rag hatty thingy Mackle Bob, which once again is descriptive enough as is, so we're going to stick with it as we swap out for Spyro. And boom, go firing it in the face to finish it off with none other than a drill sergeant. Oh yeah, baby. This is going to be a lot of treasure. It's going to really help us level up this guy. Boom. Well, upgrading him specifically. Yeah, look at all this glorious gold right here. Or should I say treasure? Well, there's treasure and gold too. It's just plenty of treasure in general. So yeah, on that note, let's go and speak with Persephone. See what we can acquire for yours truly in front of us right now. Would I like to upgrade? Yes, yes I would. With this power charge, baby! Who would have known that I would have had a leveling up of Drill Sergeant and upgrading of him too in the midst of a Soul Seeker series of all things. Anyway, let us upgrade again. This time we want for Dozer Endurance purely because the other attack was too expensive for us. But without further ado, let us be swapping out for... Let's go with Troll Warehouse. So here we go at long last. We can finally get that completion and the collectible. So I think this is a wise choice of mine because the tech section comes up in this level where it would be perfect for us to give that treasure chest to Drill Sergeant to utilise towards acquiring more upgrades, mind you. Okay, here we go this way, sweet. There we go this way again and some more. Again and some more, oh yes. So we go right over here, and then we can go right and left and then swap out this Stealth Elf. Actually, there's two treasure chests that we need to collect in this level, or just for one, which is in the life gate. So never mind about me giving a treasure chest to Drill Sergeant, unless it is two that we need to collect. Let's just check the objectives in that manner. We're missing one of the treasure chests, and it's in the life gate, so much about the plan to give Drill Sergeant all that gold, mind you. Anyway, speaking of Stealth Elf, I think it's about time I switched out for her over here. But hey, Drill Sergeant's still going to get all that screen time once the tech element pops up, so that is at least glorious for him, even if it does involve less upgrades on his behalf, mind you. Okay, here we are. So then let's hit this. We're going to continue to the left because then that's going to expose us to the locations from which we can gather those other orbs to unlock the puzzle with. This is a lock puzzle. It's locked, but now we're unlocking it. That's kind of like how locks and unlocking said locks works and everything. Other way, let's take down them four without further ado. here comes this guy, who's not going to get much of anything really, because not only are we going to skip over his introductory cutscene, quote unquote, but we're just going to slice and dice him up with the might that is stealth off over here and not feel sorry for him at all. Bing bang boom, there goes them fellas. Yeah, I'd rather not, dude. I'd rather not. Now, I really wish you could just place onto the portal Ghost Roaster and just use your invincibility to bleeze. I keep saying bleeze rather than breeze. There's no L in the word for Pete's sake. But still, I can imagine with Ghost Roaster being able to just activate your invulnerability and then just breeze through it and get towards Rock at the end. But unfortunately, you need Snuggles to follow you, which you need for map 4, and that's the only way for you to beat the level. Otherwise, you could totally cheese it with Ghost Roaster's invulnerability, but that is not a possibility, unfortunately. They got past that loophole with the cheese by having Snuggles needing to follow you. Clever level design once again, making it so you can't quite cheese it with such ease. Because cheese is basically a fault in for level design. You know, something unintended by the level creator that the player discovers that, you know, makes their level played in unintentional ways. Okay, boom, let's be stealth attacking absolutely nothing apparently, as we now can proceed back on over to this imp right now. Okay, here we are, let's hit that, and let's go around. Simple as. Okay, boom, boom, and shake that boom, oh yes. Okay, here we are, be going left, and we can collect that orb, sweet. Then we head up here. Yeah, luckily for me, I've played these puzzles so many times that I know them better than the back of my own damned hand. So we can complete this. Not sure if it's going to be a perfect score, or I am going to get a perfect officer burp apparently, if I even picked up on my mic, mind you. But regardless, I do apologise for that for those of you who gross up by burps like me. After all, I did say about how gross Wrecking Ball's burps are, and I'm not a hypocrite. If I criticise one burp, I criticise them all. But yes, regardless, I was saying something and then I lost track of what it was I was saying, so we're just going to move on before I start turning insane. In fact, scratch that, that's happened already, so there's no getting past it. Okay, so let us be pushing this guy out of place. There we are. Now we are given the opportunity to push that. And boom goes the puzzle. Told you so. But yeah, we're currently at 27 minutes roughly into the video. So we have enough time to speedrun this level before concluding the episode, mind you. Should we remember to collect the map piece. The last thing we want to do is forget to collect said map piece and then have to, you know, go around the entirety of the level all over again. That's not a very successful speedrun now, is it? Okay, here we go with... Okay. What? Okay. We went into the puzzle, then we went back out of the puzzle, and then as we went back into the puzzle again, we got an excellent score apparently, and one added to our maneuver account, despite the fact that we hadn't yet started with any of these moves. So, these last few episodes have been glitchy as hell. I think the universe is trying to send me a message, but no matter the message, I will not stop with this series. This series is unstoppable, and I just got a perfect score despite not even getting a perfect score, because the perfect score on that is 8, and I did not get 8. That therefore makes it not a perfect score. Not that I'm moaning, mind you. I can't be moaning now that I get to bring out the one, the only drill sergeant once I find him on my table beside me, or my bed even, where I have all my Skylanders stashed. And here he is. You even heard his clank upon the portal, mind you. Let's hope that, you know, bringing this guy out was not a massive mistake. Because if I lose him now after getting these upgrades for him, it is gonna be depressing. Anyway, I think there's a table over here, not gold. I was hoping there would be gold, but unfortunately I was asking too much, it would appear. Okay, there we go. We took that guy down at long last. We leveled up from it too. That's sweet. Now let's take out that guy. That's also pretty sweet. Yeah, people who say this game isn't tough, just play it with a completely under-upgraded drill sergeant. You know, that'll make it a lot more tough. This game does have difficulty settings. Easy mode is Drobot. Harder mode is one of the harder characters like Wrecking Ball. So there's your difficulty for you in this game. Difficulty is based solely on what Skylander it is you're playing as well as whether or not you level up at convenient situations within the level. Either way, let's hit its teleport pad, get out of here, we're not going to die, it's glorious. In fact, we're even going to be successful in the speedrun, which, you know, adds even more glory to this gloriousness. Okay, so now we've got to lead Snuggles to the rocket ship, which we couldn't beat the level without Snuggles. Necessary level completion, and we love to see it. Anyway, let's be cautious right now. We can't speedrun through it too quickly, otherwise we're going to wind up flying drill first into these mines, and that's not what we want. But drill first. Ha! See what I did there? Ha! Oh, my puns. They're so quippy and hilarious. And I'm very humble about how good my puns are too. With that being said, let's skip this, grab our triple stars, get out of here, and conclude the episode where we stand. Or in Drill Sergeant's case, you know, he's on wheels, so it's where he rolls. Because they see him rolling. They hate it. Now, with that all being said and done, this video is coming to an end, but before that happens, I first want to thank all my Blazing Knights and Scorpion Dragons whose support allow me to continue pumping out quality videos like this one. Without them, this all wouldn't be possible. Therefore, I genuinely appreciate every last one of you from the bottom of my heart. If you enjoyed this video, I have others you can watch by clicking on screen now, and you can even subscribe by pressing the button on the bottom right hand corner of the screen. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll be seeing you in the next one, but until that moment arises, peace!